Hey, dear Tyler, good morning. And how are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're fine. Happy weekend. So I am basically rounding up the year for dear Tyler. I really thought that I could, work on a lot of other content for the year. But to be honest, I think I have gotten to my limits, and it's been an amazing year. We've achieved a lot of things, and great things have happened. And so this is how I've decided to end the year. I'll be sharing with you certain things that I've learned within the year, particularly maybe like on a personal level, right? Things that have happened to me as an individual, things that I've understood. As I'm recording this, I've listed out about 20 things, and I'm still trying to list them out. So there's a high probability that there would be more. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to share it into various parts, right? I'll be discussing 5 things in each episode that I've learned for the year 2022. And it serves as a review for me. It's very important that at the end of each year, at the end of every season, at the end of each project activity that you carry out, that there's a little review, to find out the pros and, the things that you did well, the things that you didn't do well, things that you discovered along the way. It actually helps you to be able to plan properly. And for me, I really have high hopes for dear Tyler next year. And so this is my honest review as an individual. Dear Tyler, other things, right? And I encourage you to do it also, right? So I'll be sharing 5 things, like I said, in each episode. So like I said, I have 20 listed out now. So for now, we may have 4 episodes, but something tells me we may probably have a lot more. But either way, these things would really bless you. Is that okay? So the first thing that I learned in 2022 lessons is that God is good. God is good. No matter how much I tried to figure out, certain things about God, maybe God abandoned me at this point, when I cried out to help, or cried out for help rather, what happened, I found myself in various terrible or demeaning situations. At the end of this year, I've just come to the conclusion that God is good. God is really good. I've taken out time to really, really, evaluate the things that have happened to me in the year 2022, and trust me, after all the complaints, after all the anxiety, panic attacks and everything, I've come to the conclusion that God is really, really good. And I think having this mindset that God is good is one of the things that would help you as an individual more than you would ever imagine. There are a lot of things I would want to question God's goodness in your life, Tyler. And if you allow it to win, it would wreck you, right? If you allow it to win, it would wreck you. It would wreck you. Moving through life with the consciousness of the goodness of God is an advantage that would always come through for you. It would be an advantage that will always come through for you, Tyler. So, yeah, I've learned that God is good. 2022 has shown me that God is really, really good. From my family, to my friends, to my business, to work, to ministry, I have seen the goodness of God. My mom was sick this year and she's been healed. My younger brother, at the beginning of this year, it was looking like him and his babe will not, get married. And, as I'm recording this, I'm preparing to go for his introduction. I had friends that had house issues, and God saw them through. I thought Dear Tyler was not going to work at a certain point, and see where we are now. To think about Dear Tyler being among the top 20% listened to religious podcasts in Nigeria via Spotify in less than 2 years. Just think about it. The people that I've met, the projects I've been part of, the favors I've received. Honestly, Tyler, God is good. God is really good. I've seen the faithfulness of God. He's been true to His word. He's been true to His word. And He has even exceeded my expectation. He has gone way beyond the things that I have asked Him, way beyond the things that I have desired. God has done it. He has done it for me. God is truly good. And I think I have a new perspective about failure or things going bad. I now know who to blame, right? And God is definitely not part of the equation, you get. So God is good. That's the first lesson I've learned, and it's something that I really do hope that I'll be able to carry on into 2023. Number 2, plans work. Oh my goodness, plans work. I remember quite a number of things that I wrote down that I wanted to do, especially when it comes to Dear Tyler. I have seen them work out. It's very hard to achieve things you don't plan for. Very, very difficult to achieve things you don't plan for. And not just Dear Tyler, but every time I set out and I put out a plan for something, I realized that it worked. And I stayed true, loyal to the plan. For instance, my friend and brother David Dam had a musical live recording, and I had to work with another of my friends, Oche. And within that period, there were certain demands that were laid for me as a musician. I do have one or two challenges, as a guitarist and acoustic guitarist, that could hamper my ability to be professional. And Oja had to make demands of me at that time. And I remember just setting up plans, and I was like, I was going to do this. And I was able to achieve to a certain extent. Now it brought to my person that if I had made more plans and stuck to those plans, that I should have achieved more, especially in that aspect. When I thought about the plans of Dear Tyler and everything, most of the things that I had planned, really written down as a plan, really came to fruition. I remember the episodes that we did, how we moved into 2 episodes per week. I remember it was a plan. I actually had a 4-month plan of all of the topics that I shared. 4 months ahead of time, I knew what I was going to talk about, and so it was easier to work with that, bring things to fruition because there was a plan already on ground, right? And so I've learned that plans really, really do work. And I've noticed that everything that I have particularly not done well in as an individual is because I failed to plan, or that I planned and I didn't stick to the plan. I believe that God Himself honors the plans that we make, especially when it's inspired by Him. Habakkuk says, write the vision and make it plain, right? So that they that see it may run with it. And I've made a covenant with myself that every endeavor that I'm going to do from now henceforth is going to have a real workable plan. And I think that that's very, very important for you, Tyler. Not just, just general plan for everything, plan for your life, plan for your finances, plan for your career, plan for your ministry, plan for your passions, right? I remember when my brother was like, that he wants to settle the whole marriage thing now, and he kept on talking about it, and he put it as a plan for himself. And you see, like tomorrow now, we're going to do the first part, the traditional parts and everything. He's going to get his bride, irrespective of all the hurdles, right? Life honored the plans that he made. And that's a valuable lesson that I have learned, right? And so I think it's very important for you to, Tyler, to be able to make plans. They don't have to be, humongous. They don't have to be like 50 different plans. No, just plan and then stay true to the plan. Plans really work, right? And every endeavor that I've been in or seen people do, I've interacted with quite a lot of people. Most of the people that have had it good this year are people that have made plans, right? Made plans. Really, really important. Then the third part is that friends are valuable. My goodness, friends are valuable. I remember when I had issues with Dear Thailand because I wasn't getting the amount of viewership or listenership, followership and all. It really weighed me down. And I actually thought of quitting Dear Tyler. I had a conversation with my friend Joy, and she just encouraged me, like kept on day in, day out telling me, what about Dear Tyler this, Dear Tyler that. So she really did spur me up to be able to work, and she really inconvenienced herself in a lot of ways to be able to make Dear Tyler work. So I owe this a lot to her, right? Joy Abel. I really owe this a lot to her, and she was a reflection of the value of friends. I had other people that spoke for me at various positions, right? Like my friend Sam, also he was the one that gave me my 2 slots. It's because of him I got 2 slots of an interview on NTA, right? I don't know anybody in NTA, but because of him I was able to get 2 slots in NTA, which was absolutely invaluable, right? This year I started in debt. First 2 months I wasn't paid, and it was a very, very big issue. I started in debt. I had friends that came through for me. You get friends like David Dam, friends like Kingsley, people like Winner, Christiana, Patrick, Yemi, Tolu. I'm being very deliberate about mentioning names because I want to let them know, if and at any point in time that they hear this, I want to let them know that they really did a lot for me. Janada, Elion, David, these people really, really came through for me. Think about people like Nee, Mrs. Balami. The list just, keeps on going on and on. I owe a lot of my survival in 2022 to friends. Even my siblings, my brothers, my sisters, how they came up for me. I owe a lot to friends. Friends are extremely valuable. I don't know if the terminology invaluable works, but don't ever lose the value of friends. There's this thing that Apostle Salman says that, when you have people that love you for who you are, hold them close. These are people that have reached out to me in no small way. They have done things for me. They've been around when it was time to cry for me, when I was absolutely broken. People I could talk to, people I could, vent out my frustrations. These people were there. I had, new friends also that I made. I find it difficult to pronounce her name, Linopwa, right? People that, were just there. Mr. Wealth and his wife. Come on, I met amazing people. Sandra. And, I'm trying to recollect some of the things that they did. Just mentioning their names. Dear Tyler, if you have friends that really believe in you, hold them close. Trust me. Hold them close. and always do well to let them know that you are grateful, right? Ellen Favor, all these small chops, all of those little small chops, a berry with the freezable sometimes, people just doing things, Tiny Temple. Now people really came through for me this year. I cannot deny people really came through for me. And I've learned how valuable friends are. And I've made a decision that this coming year, I am going to be more deliberate about them. I'm going to be more deliberate about friends, and I think you should too, right? Create a friend circle, right? Create a friend circle. People that you can trust, people that you can be open to. You don't have to be open to each and every one of them, but at least let them occupy a certain part of your life and let them know that they are valued at that point. You get that their contribution matters, right? So I've noticed that friends are, really, really valuable. How they have defended me on many fronts, saved me from shame. It's amazing. And then to also think about the friends I've made because of the Dear Tyler community, people that I have kept in contact with, it's just an amazing thing, and I'm absolutely grateful for that, and I've learned from that. The fourth thing that I've learned this year is that it's only impossible if you don't try. It's only impossible if you don't try. Now, I would have never thought I'd be able to achieve certain things, right? They always looked far-fetched. They always looked, pretty difficult for me. But the moment I began to try, I realized that they became less and less impossible. And I now started seeing the possibilities in it, right? Started seeing the possibilities available. I never thought that, most of these things may be Dear Tyler inclined, but I never thought I'd be able to reach a certain standard, Dear Tyler, I just really felt like I was on the disadvantaged pedestal, and eventually, by just moving day in, one step at a time, I am seeing things, work in such tremendous ways. I'm just seeing things work in such tremendous ways, and I'm just simply blown away. I've seen a lot of my friends, carry out projects that initially from afar I'd be like, I know that's not possible, and I'm seeing them, do it. Friends that got married, friends that started businesses, friends that, started ministries and all, and I'm just seeing how they've been able to, achieve those dreams. In reality, it didn't look like it was possible. But the moment they decided to try, they killed the effects of impossibility. And it's a major lesson that I've learned, that if I have a plan, no matter how impossible it seems, the first step is the most important step to make. And then every other step after is the most important. So just keep on taking a step each day. Impossibility only exists to those who never try. But if you're able to set something in motion, I can promise you will always find a way. You will always find a way. I think that's the thing about human nature. That's the thing about life generally. Life would always respect the people that tend to be optimistic, or see possibilities through certain things. And then the final thing that I would share for this episode is don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the past. I was talking to somebody recently. The person had some certain fears. What about this? What about that? And I told the person and I said, if it's in the past, right, it doesn't deserve your energy. I told the person and I said, if you can't change it, don't worry about it. If you can't change it, don't worry about it. Don't even be bothered about it. If there are certain things that are beyond your power, especially things that are of the past, right? Don't worry about it. If people cannot get over your past, trust me, they would not be able to accept your future. If your past keeps on being played before you, trust me, they cannot accept your future. They'll always find one certain lapse or, one certain thing to talk about, something to just plague on. And I've realized it, and it's something that I've learned. I have been afraid of so many things this year, Tyler. And they were just past experiences, and don't worry about it. It's in the past, and there's a reason why it's there, because you can't do anything about it. And so focus on what you can handle. Focus on what you can handle, Tyler. Focus on what you can handle. Even the things that you've achieved this year, or the things that you've done, or the things that you've fallen victim of this year, Tyler, don't bother about it again. It's the past, it's the past. Don't worry about the past. Right? Learn from your mistakes and move on. Learn from your mistakes and move on. So these are the first 5 that I've decided to share that I've learned this year. And I really do hope that it blessed you. I would be working on the next 5 for you, but probably there may be like 5 different episodes. I'm feeling I may have 5 other things to add, but these are the first 5, and I really do hope that it has blessed you, right? Just to recap on it, number 1, Tyler, remember God is good. Number 2, plans work. Number 3, friends are valuable or invaluable. Number 4, it's only impossible if you don't try. And then number 5, don't worry about the past, right? So I really hope this blessed you. Remember that I love you, I believe in you, and I'm always rooting for you. So until the next episode, right? Yeah, take care. Bye.